here with the Eskimo Bob NES game.
Yes, this is the super rare prototype version. It's already been claimed.
The Kickstarter was just met its goal half an hour ago.
Half hour ago, fully funded. This is day 3. I'm just blown away.
And some stretch goals are going to be coming.
Yep, stretch goals are coming. You can check the Kickstarter page. By the time this video is up, I'm sure they'll be on the Kickstarter page. Right now, I'm racking my brain.
And one of them is this VHS.
No, it's not. No more VHS.
No VHSs. Which, by the way, this is number 1.
Oh! I don't even think I have a VHS.
Which has like different versions of
It does. And there's an episode on that that's never been online.
Yeah.
It's the Alfonso show.
Yeah.
The weird alternate me doing Sam's and stuff.
And all the background music, which is stuff I kind of like in these ones where it has the background music.
I did add some background music and sound effects.
Anyway, let's keep talking about this old VHS.
Yeah, let's talk about old VHS and not this game that's coming out.
I think there's a lot of people just excited since it's a new NES game.
Yeah, it's a new NES game. I think there's a combination because, I mean, Eskimo Bob, that's like, 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's people that grew up with that.
Yeah, you got two nostalgias working for this.
You got this perfect storm of nostalgia clashing together.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and it is for me, too.
So. This is something you've talked about doing for a long time, making an Eskimo Bob.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it all the time. It was like a joke. And then it's like, maybe I should actually do that.
Like when Alan would say it, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, it's cool. But like when Alan says it, you don't expect him to do it.
I figured I'd just sort of look at NES Homebrew. I had some spare time. I thought I'd look into it. And I thought, well, I already have a whole bunch of characters. I have music. I might as well use them.
Yeah.
And it just sort of all came together real nicely.
This game's a lot of fun, so let's start it.
All right.
Yeah, just sit here and listen to the theme
Feel
song.
weird not singing it, kind of.
Yeah. And then we're just gonna skip to the last level.
Skip to the last level with the password, and you see, look! Password didn't work! You're at level 1!
No.
What a shock!
Alright. So yeah, this is like Bob's special ability is punching down. Alfonso is a stick.
Yeah, I figured punching down seemed natural for Bob, because he quite often punched down into the ice to pull a fish out.
Yeah. You can break blocks with him. Because Alfonso's not in the first level.
No Alfonso. Well, he didn't show up till episode 2, right?
Yeah. Makes sense. Here we go, now we're at episode 2. We can poke Yuck with a stick.
Yes.
Yuck wasn't in episode 2 though, so this is inaccurate.
Wasn't. This is a lie. It's a Yuck clone, so it makes even less sense having the clone before the real Yuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you crouch and move, you can make him do the duck walk.
Yes.
Cool, huh? Oh yeah, ice gives you like a run jump, which you don't usually have.
Yeah, running is not normally part of it. It's more of a puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's not so much a Mario style platformer, it's more like a puzzle platformer. So the levels are short, it's based on collecting fish, and yeah. Yeah. You see, I added these danger signs.
Yeah.
Last time you played it, there weren't danger signs, but figured, if you knock the walrus off the edge, now you'll feel like it's your fault because there's a danger sign there.
You warned them.
I actually had people mention that in the demo. They're like, you can make the third level unplayable by knocking the walrus off the edge. Like, okay, well, I'll add a danger sign.
Yeah.
I tried to make everything pretty user-friendly for the player by making it so you don't screw yourself accidentally.
Yeah, and this has like a kill yourself option in case you do put yourself in an unwinnable state.
It does, right? Yeah, you press start and select for that.
That's kind of like a Lolo, I think, right?
Yeah, it's pretty common with the NES puzzle games.
Yeah.
It's all, yeah. been sort of thinking what type of game it is, and it is, I guess, sort of similar to like Lolo or something, where there's sort of the collection-based games, except it's a side-scroller, where most NES side-scrollers weren't like that, so there's not really any specific game I'd say I could compare it to. It's kind of different.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I should mention some of the other differences with Bob and Alfonso. Bob jumps higher.
Yeah, Bob does jump higher. Bob can jump about 3 blocks high. Alfonso jumps 2 blocks high. So,
so I can't
get back that way.
But
there's ice here.
Now you can die. Stupid Sam's. Doesn't he realize who I am?
Realize who you are in this level.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm a fish in a spaceship!
That's right. Thought it was important that the fish in the spaceship had the claw.
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy with the fish in the spaceship claw physics. I spent a lot of time with those. I think I changed them since last time that you played it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sort of grabs you in now, where before it didn't.
Okay. Help me, fish. But I need Alfonso.
You need Alfonso.
I have to do stupid poop dodging again.
Poop dodging, where he's pooping on your head.
Come on, help out Alfonso. Oops.
You can control the fish in the spaceship though, so.
Oh yeah. I always forget that, because I think I have to just go with this pattern.
Yeah, no, you can control him, so. Which is useful. He's a support character.
Yeah. It's pretty much a perfect use for him for this.
Nobody will know what I'm talking about here, but I did change this from the old version. There was one block you could break to make yourself trapped.
Oh, okay.
I got rid of some of that stuff. I thought I'd be nice. Probably not even worth mentioning.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's Sting.
No!
And there's the Anook Shook.
Yes. It's the saddest looking Anook Shook ever, but it's enormous.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of an Easter egg. Like, oh wait, that's an Anook Shook.
Yeah.
Now the people will know.
That's right.
Jump over the
Jump
pooper. Get out of here, Yeti.
Yeti. So threatening, walking back and forth slowly.
Yeah.
Brr.
It's like, what do I do? Oh yeah, just... I'm really impressed like how polished he made this game.
Yeah, I'm really happy with. I feel like the physics engine feels really solid.
Yeah, it does. I still tend to hold B like I can run, even though I can't.
I know, I feel like Mario 1 just trained you to play platformers that way. I do that in things like Mega Man 2. Even the ones without the Mega Buster, it's like I'm playing Mega Man 2 and I'm running along holding B.
Yeah.
It's just...
yeah.
It's habit, right?
Yeah. Oh, he stuck his stick out. That was interesting.
Yeah, that's actually... See, nobody will know that difference too, but... The prototype, the older prototype Alfonso burped.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, he doesn't really burp. So I made him put his stick out instead at the end of the level, because that's something he would do.
Nice.
Yeah. I tried to make the character's behavior be similar to that of the show.
That's cool. Oh yeah, then use Twin B music.
Yeah, Twin B music. Somebody might pick up on that.
Yeah. Like, I remember that old Twin B video.
Yep, all the music in it, even stuff that wasn't from Eskimo Bob, is generally some stupid song that I made up at some point in my life, and I just sort of strung it all together. That's how we do things around here.
Some down punch action.
Oh, dead.
Stupid yuck.
Oh.
I hate this game.
Ruined everything because you died.
I wish this didn't get fun.
And actually, this game has it keeps a death counter now.
Oh yeah?
And it's baked into the password system, and it will add it'll add, like, if you continue using your password, it'll add your previous deaths onto it, into the password. So if you're honest and don't keep using old passwords, it will have an accurate death count.
That's cool.
For when you finish the game. And if you play the game with no deaths, then there is a secret message. Ooh. I'm not promising the exciting secret message, but it exists.
But it's something to give people who like to try and challenge themselves like that something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just thought, something like that adds a little replay value.
Yeah.
Even like I remember the first time after I put the when I put the death counter in, I played through the game start to end. It told me I died 101 times. So there's just a little hint as to what you're getting in on, because I've played the game a lot before that.
Well, yeah, and you made it.
Yeah, and I made it. So it's these first few levels might seem pretty easy, but it gets challenging as it goes along. But I think it's a fair difficulty curve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can do like shorter jumps and stuff too. It's not like locked into a certain jump height.
Yeah, there was just little things like that I thought made the physics feel better. It feels more polished, like a real game you would have bought back in like 1989 or something.
Yeah, it definitely does. Even though there were games back then where you couldn't control your jump height.
This is true too.
Stuff, but those didn't feel very good. So.
Yes.
There's a bunch of like little things you have to think of like when you're making this. Remember, like in the earlier prototype when there was no transition between levels, like I would jump immediately and kill myself accidentally just because I wasn't prepared to immediately be back into it that quick.
Yeah, so there's just little things like that. So I added this just tiny little half a second screen fades in, fades out, and it adds to it. There's a lot. I tried to have some attention to detail when I was making it.
Yeah, that's all you needed. It feels right now.
Yeah, and I've gotten good feedback on the demo online too.
Good.
Yeah, a lot of people have said the same sort of thing. See what I said, how it sort of scoops you in now? Because that used to be a really hard jump, and that made it a lot easier.
Yeah. I did do it correctly back when it was harder to
But you didn't beat the final boss yet!
No. But you changed that around some too, didn't you? Or not too much?
Not really, not much since Zach beat it.
Okay.
I changed the look of it a bit. It looks nicer now.
Okay.
All these things no one will ever see.
Yeah. We're not showing that. Wait for the game to come out, then we'll show you. Like, caution, don't destroy all the blocks and mess yourself up.
Exactly. Or even if it's not in a place where you can immediately mess yourself up, just sort of throwing a caution sign right where you spawn is like, and you just see all these breakable blocks, it will set you on guard. Think, okay, I gotta watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of the more puzzly levels.
Yeah. It feels like good level progression too with this.
Yeah, I did rearrange a lot of the levels.
Yeah.
As I was making them, they're not just sequential as I developed it. I went through and I was like, okay. I actually played through the whole game, looked at every level, and I sort of rated it on a scale of like easy to hard, and rearranged the whole thing to try to give it a fair difficulty curve. And it actually, when I was playing it, made the harder levels feel less frustrating because you've been warmed up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that was important to me. I didn't want to have things jump out at you out of nowhere. If if it's challenging, I want it to be right there on the screen so you know why it's challenging, and it gives you a chance to jump into the challenge,
Right.
rather than it just, you know, there's no, you know, bullets are gonna fly off the screen from nowhere and just hit you for no reason.
Yeah, cheap deaths.
Yeah, yeah.
No
it's important not to have
invisible
those.
snow blocks or something to knock
Yeah,
you
exactly.
into the spikes.
Putting invisible. Yeah. No, there's no
Do,
invisible blocks at all, actually.
Yeah, but you can do a Kaizo version of this and just have unfair deaths everywhere.
Completely unfair version.
Yeah, Kaizo Eskimo Bob. What is this?
We'll make a level where you spawn immediately on spikes and have to press up to go into a door
Yeah.
and you die. Like,
Yeah,
all these great Mario Maker tactics.
Yeah.
Mario Maker is a great example of how not to design a game. You just go online and you play the super hard levels, and it's like, that's how you don't make a game.
Yeah. Stupid little alien Sams in a spaceship.
Yeah, sometimes if there's a ceiling, the duck jump makes things easier.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Before, when I first made it, it actually did have a constant jump height, and I made it so if you ducked and jumped, it gave you a small jump.
Yeah.
Which was easy enough to do, but I wasn't happy with that. So I thought, you know what, jumping should be jumping, and it's based on how long you hold the A button. It just feels more fair that way.
Yeah.
So duck jump is the same as a regular jump. It's all about mobility and getting into little spaces. So.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you remembered that.
This is still hard now, Bob. It's like, oh, stupid guy. Go up here first.
Yeah, I figure, you know, you introduce him, you've got some space to maneuver around him. The second time, it's like, ooh, now it's a narrower space.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that before, when you have a challenge, it's sort of, you can introduce people to a challenge a safe way, and then the next time they see the same challenge, it's a little bit trickier.
Yeah. Ice level.
Yeah, ice levels. I enjoyed making the ice levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, running around is fun.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm pretty happy with the sort of traction that you have to gain before you can run too, rather than it just being a pure run.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like a slippery surface compared to the regular ground.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Ooh. Actually, you're coming up to the first boss now.
Ooh.
I don't think you've played him.
No, I haven't seen that you added more bosses. Okay, that's what I was seeing that looked different.
Yeah. It's obviously not
As hard
as the final boss.
Yeah.
All the bosses sort of have a similar pattern to them, but they get progressively more difficult.
Okay.
I was actually working with a pretty small ROM size here. I didn't do any special weird mappers or anything like that, like some people do.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty basic game.
Yeah, because you wanted to keep it a bit smaller for this one, right?
I did, and I mean, it's not like, I feel like it's small, but it's not light on content. I mean,
No, it's not
There's
at
64 levels in the game, and I was able to put 64 levels into a 40 kilobyte ROM.
Right.
And I mean, 8 kilobytes of that is graphics data, so there's only... I feel pretty happy with what I did. It was almost like a challenge.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I'd run out of space, and then it's like, what can I optimize here? What can I trim out? What can I do? And it's sort of like a personal challenge for myself. Can I develop a game using the same amount of space as Super Mario Brothers and have it feel like a full content-filled game?
Yeah.
I mean, these days you would definitely not see many games that are 40 kilobytes.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this game sucks.
There you go. Oh!
It's hamster.
That jump there is probably the closest I had to jumping into something that you're not sure is there. But I feel like players paying attention, they'd see them walking around before they're there, so they know they're jumping into something.
Yeah.
Plus, you're starting to get a little bit further in the game, so I felt like it was time to crank the challenge up a little bit. And I don't know if you noticed, but sort of as you get further in the game, there are less and less of those warning signs, because I feel like I didn't want to have them as a complete crutch, but more as a training tool.
Yeah.
So that people could think, okay, well, I'm getting used to this. This game is going to let me make mistakes. So that later on in later levels, you make mistakes, you realize whose fault the mistakes were.
Yeah. Do the leprechauns die or they just bounce?
He dies.
Good.
Anything that dies is good, right?
Yeah.
There's real yuck, finally. He's gray instead of white.
Oh, yeah.
And he's more aggressive.
Yeah.
The flying nose, too. I feel like people who don't know Eskimo Bob will look at some of the stuff in this game and be like, why is that a flying nose? Why is that there? If you don't know, Yuck is a living pigeon turd that flies around on a flying nose.
Yeah.
So that, you know, makes so much sense.
Even if you don't know, though, like, I don't know, weird enemies like that are kind of in a lot of NES games.
Not that uncommon in NES games, for sure. I suppose if you look at something like Twinbee, I think it had flying noses in it, too.
Yeah.
It had, like, saucers with spoons and forks. I remember that.
Yeah, this level's spelling something out.
It's spelling out because Yuck's in it.
It's spelling out Sega.
Sega! You know, it's a Sega game!
Yep. When's the Sega port?
I haven't planned it yet. See, at this level I thought I'd take the whole doors mechanic and put it in a different direction by having the level mirror itself with slight differences. I don't know. Just having fun with the game design.
Need Alfonso for that.
But at the same time, it kind of messes with your head because you're seeing two things that are almost the same.
Yeah.
Could have made it.
Probably. But it's easier if I have the higher jump.
There's spikes. You don't want to risk it.
Yeah. Bob's higher jump. Why not get him for this? And then he died.
Then he died.
Oh.
Aggressive
they were
spiders.
That quick. Yeah.
Yeah, the spiders are pretty aggressive. Spiders are the only thing that wasn't actually in the show.
They're from a canceled game, right?
Yeah, I was working on another game and I was gonna have spiders, and I just wanted to have spiders. I just thought having spiders that crawl up and down and run at you was a fun idea. So I mean, it's the Arctic. There shouldn't be spiders there probably, but I really don't care.
Yeah.
It's an NES game. It has spiders.
Oh, you know what? I can accept flying noses, but spiders in the Arctic. Suspension of disbelief broken. I smash the block with him on it. Yeah.
If you do smash it as he lands, you can kill him, but it's
hard.
A little bit hard.
Oh,
or you can just open the ground up so he can land on your head too.
Yeah. Or I'll just get away from him.
That's always an option too.
Stupid Viking.
Viking doesn't die. Oh!
Oops. Didn't time that well.
Yeah, he can be a little bit weird because he runs when you're at the same level as him, but it makes it a little tricky to jump over him because he'll slow down.
Dead. No,
oh,
stuck,
no!
Though. Oh, is this a death? Oh,
you're stuck!
Screwed myself.
No! Might add a warning sign to that level. It's still sort of early-ish. Ooh, modified content. That's what's cool about having other people play your game, though. You can see them do things that you didn't necessarily intend.
Yeah.
Don't forget those other fish. You'll screw yourself again.
And yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna try and kill them.
Oh, okay.
Just playing it safe.
That makes sense.
Now I can come here. Do the death jump last.
You know what's cool is because of those little gaps underneath, it's actually technically possible to get that without it being a death jump.
Nice.
So you can sort of do the whole loop.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten pretty good at it. For some reason I feel like I've played it a lot while I'm testing it.
But a lot of the time when you die, you know, like, what went wrong. So.
Yeah, and the levels are short enough so that starting over isn't really a big deal. Because if you know what you're doing, most of the levels you can get through in like a minute or two. Konami code works in this game.
So you put that in, took it out, and put it back in?
I did. I did. I was really satisfied with myself.
Nice.
It was one of those things like, oh, it's not necessary. If I gotta fit something else in, then I free up some more space, and I'm like, ooh, what can I bring back that I cut out? So I really didn't end up cutting out anything I wanted in the game. Even the Konami code.
That's cool. That's back in.
Yep, so. It's in the demo, too. Not that most people probably need it for 8 levels.
But no one likes Konami anymore. So.
Yeah, they're shy guys.
Pretty much. Stupid bouncy leprechaun.
Bouncy enemies in enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
The best. I just, something about putting a bouncy enemy in a tiny enclosed space is fun and sadistic.
Yeah. It's like, I see what's coming. Come down here. Okay. Get in there.
Oh, nice.
This level's like an NES controller if you pay attention.
Yeah, I wanted to throw in little things like that. There's little messages and stuff like that hidden in the levels.
Yeah.
The walrus is trapped in the A button.
Free him. Try not to get pooped on. There we go. And he drops straight down. This level has an obscene message.
Nice. See, I think I had less blocks in that S shape before, but there's more there now, so it's not as punishing. I mean, it's definitely still an easy level to trap yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
Which you still might do looking at it.
Yeah. I screw this jump up, and I did. Good one. Crazy old Maurice.
It's always good for a laugh.
I'm not laughing.
I didn't even know what I was thinking back then. It's like the it was the third episode. I have Maurice the pigeon in it, and I'm thinking, he doesn't even look like a pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
He's brown.
Yeah.
But I have like the first episode. It's like, oh, there's a walrus. That makes sense for the Arctic.
Yeah.
Then I make the next one. It's like, we'll have a pigeon.
Yeah.
That doesn't even look like a pigeon.
Yeah. This isn't very accurate at all.
No. Well, I was like, okay, there's a Yeti. That's from, like, what, Tibet?
Mm-hmm.
There's penguins from Antarctica. It's a real accurate display of life in the Arctic.
Yeah. There are leprechauns.
Oh, there's all kinds of leprechauns. They're all over the place. Arctic leprechauns. Changing things to Ireland for no good reason. Oh, I like how the penguin's trapped there.
Nice. In a prison of his own
I've never
design.
actually done that to him before, but that's pretty hilarious.
Nice. Early on, some of Bob's burps were just these belches Alan had recorded for no reason.
Yeah, I think almost all of them were actually.
Yeah.
He just recorded. This one time, when we were teenagers, he just sat there and thought, I'm going to record about 40 burps just because I'm bored. So you're burping over and over and over again into his microphone.
Yeah. So Alan.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Good times. A lot of the sound effects, like a lot of the early Bob grunts and the rah noise the walrus makes, those came from a completely separate video that nobody else ever saw, too. There's some video Alan recorded where he was just creeping around, acting weird, making weird noises.
Remember that.
I don't even know if it still exists. It was sort of like, oh look, we have a webcam, I'm gonna peer into it and make weird noises.
Don't need Sam's to kick my head.
Weird inside jokes that
Yeah.
nobody would ever get.
Yeah.
Until they became the joke.
I guess I would have been fine if I was ducking, but didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, you're fine if you duck there. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know what it is? There's just something enjoyable about watching somebody else play with something that you... It's pretty cool.
Especially that we're playing it on Nintendo cartridge.
I know. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. It's cool too because some of the things that seem obvious to me where I made it, I mean, where it's sort of puzzle based and I create these puzzle-like situations. It's interesting seeing if somebody else can figure it out. So each level in the game at this point has been beaten by at least one other person who isn't me. Most of them by 2 or 3, so hopefully I haven't made anything that's impossible for anyone to figure out.
Yeah. Take that.
There you go.
I know those are like the aliens. I was just thinking Mr. Peanut first when I saw him.
Now see, these guys were actually, when me and Al were little, we made these little Martians out of popsicle sticks and construction paper.
Yeah.
So when these were in the episode, the Bobzilla episode, they're actually based off of popsicle sticks and construction paper characters we made when we were about 10. And now they're in an NES game.
I like how you added, a boss level every so often.
Yeah, I figured it would break things up a bit. Even if I didn't have enough space to make very diverse bosses, so I figured I'd work with what I had.
So if you haven't checked out the Kickstarter, you definitely should.
Yeah, it's still up for lots of time.
Yeah. And if it's
depends on when the video's up, but
yeah. And if it's over by the time you're watching this, the game should still be available. So if it looks like something you want, you should go pick it up. Especially if you want a new Nintendo game, this is a really fun puzzle platformer.
Thanks, I'm glad you like it.
We'll do the
Oh!